What's up guys, Anthony Vapes. Today here with my review of the Vapeston Maganus Cloud Blaster sub-ohm tank. This is a massive sub-ohm tank. It's kind of on par with like where the TFV8 is, so that's the watt range. Disclaimer wise, this was sent to me for the purpose of this review directly from Vapeston, so I definitely appreciate that. I don't want to waste too much time in it, so let's go ahead and cut into the up close of it, and then I'll be back here with my pros, cons, and whether I recommend it or not. Alright, so let's go ahead and take an up close look here at the Vapeston Maganus Cloud Blaster. That name, alright. This is the silver one, so it has the silver dot. Here's the box, very nice box, very nice packaging. You got your user manual, you're going to have some cotton here. Inside of here, you're going to have some spare O-rings, some spare grub screws for the RBA deck. It does come with the RBA deck, which is already installed, which is what I'll be using today. And then these are your two coils that are pre-made, the 0.15 and the 0.2. They come in this very nice packaging here. I've obviously used all mine, so don't have one to show you, but very nice packaging indeed. So it comes with one of each of those and the RBA deck, which is what I'll be using today. So let's take a look here at all the parts. So here's the RBA deck. I already have it built, ready to go. It is a velocity style RBA. Hopefully you can see this. And it does have wicking holes on the bottom, which come out here. You can see my little cotton sticking out. And other than that, it just screws like a coil into the base. After that, you're going to have your glass part, and then you're going to have your top fill part, but show you something real quick. So this is a top airflow. However, the top airflow comes down the side here. So for the pre-made coils, the way the pre-made coils are built, it gets channeled to where it actually comes from under the coil, so you still get that bottom airflow. However, for the RBA deck, it does not. So for the RBA deck, it's going to actually be like a true top airflow, where with the pre-made coils, it's going to be like a bottom airflow, but from the top. So this all screws together. Very nice threading on it all. No issues there. And there's a stopper on the top airflow. And then there's your fill holes, plenty large. So let's go ahead and fill her up. I'm gonna use some of this juice I actually just got today from this Sublicious company. Sent me some to check out and try them out. All right, once you filled up, you put the top on. Now for this top, this is like the 810 size, but obviously there's no compatible drip tips for it. This is the drip tip and one cap all by itself. Not a big fan of the cap being this Delrin threaded cap. I would have preferred an actual metal cap. It also does come with a 510 adapter, so there is a cap that takes just a 510 drip tip, so you can use your own 510s on it, but you can't use your own 810s. And that's pretty much all there is. Alright, so now we're back here with the outro. We can go over the pros and cons. You got to see the up close and everything over it. So let's talk a little bit more about this. For the purpose of this review, I am vaping it on the RBA deck. I actually used the coils that came with it for the RBA deck this time. Normally don't, but I decided I would, because why not? I've basically not been using the RBA deck too much. I mostly use the pre-made coils in it, which is the main reason of buying these tanks with the pre-made coils. But I have used it a little bit, and I'm using it right now. So let's go over the pros and cons. First pro is going to be leak-proof. This is a leak-proof design tank. Even if you wick the RBA completely incorrectly, no matter what you screw up, this tank is not going to leak. So it's a big thing. I know there's people that, you know, buy the smoke tanks or, you know, whatever tanks they buy. Smoke's is a popular one, that's why I'm saying it. And they have issues with it leaking. Normally they shouldn't. I never have issues with any sub-ohm tank leaking, but some people do. And if you're one of those people and you want something leak-proof, the fact that it has a leak-proof design is a huge pro to me. Next one's going to be that you do get good flavor and clouds from this, even with the pre-made coils. Plus, depending on how you build your RBA deck, it could be the same. Now, the thing with the coils is the pre-made coil heads actually channel the air below, so it actually comes out the top. It's actually a bottom airflow flavor for the pre-made coils. The RBA deck, however, is not. The RBA deck, the way it's designed, is going to be top air. So it's not the greatest flavor from the RBA deck because of that reason, but it's nice to have that option if you wanted to use it. But just remember, you know, it's not going to match a bottom airflow RTA. It's just not. But with the pre-made coils, whole different story. Pre-made coils are a bottom airflow from the top, much like the Cleto XO. Next one's going to be that it's comparable with the TFV8 as far as the flavor and clouds go with their coils. It does perform about the same as that, but you get the option of having, you know, no leak-proof top. And some people, for whatever reason, don't like smoke. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with them. I think they do make some good products, but nonetheless, if you don't, this is a very, very good tank that's very similar to theirs. That's from a different company that you might like better. Next one is going to be that it comes with the RBA. That is a huge, huge pro in my book. You know, the RBA decks usually run about 10, 12 bucks extra for it. This is going to come with the RBA, and that is, in my opinion, awesome. You know, I think it's good to have RBAs because you never know when it's going to be hard to find coils, or because, you know, you just don't feel like buying coils and you want to get into building. This is a good way for you to do that when you get one of these tanks that also comes with the RBA deck. So, huge pro that it comes with the RBA deck. And it's a really nice one too. Mine's actually working excellent. Hopefully you can see the bubbles coming up. Try it again. So hopefully you can see the bubbles, but it's working excellent. I'm vaping at 100 watts. Chain vaping it, no issues whatsoever. Bubbles are coming up. So it works really nicely. So huge pro in my book. Next one's going to be, that's a great quality. It's actually a really, really nicely built tank. It's simple, there's not a lot of parts to it. And it's just really a well built, they feel heavy, heavy metallic parts. It's a very nicely built tank in my opinion. Next one's going to be the coil life. Let's talk about the coils now it comes with. There's only 2 coil options. That is it. There's a 0.15 and a 0.2 ohm coil. Both of them pretty much work in the same wattage range. One says 90 to, I think 130 is best, and the other one says like 100 to 160. It does claim it could go up to 260. They don't really do 260. 160 is about the top you get out of it, in my opinion. I don't push them any further because they start to get into the, you know, too hot, dry hit territory. But I would say the watt range on it, the best watt range is 100 to 130 with both coils. They perform about the same. There's not much of a difference in them. The thing about the coils though is I got excellent coil life. I got over 2 weeks with both of my coils. I've had this tank for about 6 weeks now. And both coils lasted me about 2.5 weeks, and I took them out and they still weren't completely burnt out. They might have been able to push 3 weeks. So the coil life on this is well above average. That's a huge, huge pro in my book. Huge pro in my book on the coil life. There's no break-in on these, which is pretty cool. I don't know what cotton they use. Maybe it's something different or the way they pack it, but there's no break-in and it changes flavors really good. The cotton is really good in it. They're really good quality coils. Next one's going to be the 510 adapter. I do like that it comes with a 510 adapter, so you can use your own 510 pin on it. And last pro is going to be the price. It's not an expensive tank. I actually checked on elementvape.com. They're selling them for 25 bucks, and they have all 4 colors, which is stainless, black, gunmetal, and gold. So there's 4 color options out there. They sent me the stainless one, which actually looks pretty nice, but I'm more of a fan of colored ones personally. I really like the gold and the gunmetal ones, and the black. The black would probably look nice on this mod. Actually, this mod, everything looks nice with either black or stainless. It just does. So yeah, price gets a pro for me. It's not a super expensive tank. It feels like it's worth a lot more than what they're charging for it. Let's talk about the cons. First con is going to be the lack of coil options. There's only 2 coil options and they both pretty much have the same range. This is not for single battery mods. This is not for people who want to vape under 100 watts. This is for people who want to vape, you know, 100 to 130 watts. That's what it's for. You could push probably 150, 160 with the RBA deck if you wanted to, but you know, realistically, it's a 100, 130 watt mod, tank, and it's best with a dual battery mod or more. You don't want to put it on a single battery mod. So the lack of coil options gets a con for me. I wish there was more options, maybe a higher ohm option somewhere else for lower watts, and maybe even make an even more massive coil to really push 200 watts if people wanted to. Since that's the point of the tank with a name like the Cloud Blaster. Next one is going to be the Delrin top. I don't like this Delrin top. I just don't like it. I don't like things that have the Delrin thread like this. I would have preferred to make a metal top and actually just use a regular 810 pin, 810 drip tip, not pin. So that's what I would have preferred personally. I don't like this built-in top drip tip. I just don't like it. It's nice with the 510 one, but still, even the 510 one, you know, the Delrin threading is not a fan of me. It should have been metal. So that gets a con for me. The next con is there's no 810 drip tip option. You can't use any 810 tips on it because even though this one is like an 810 size roughly, it's the built-in one. You can't use your own. You can use your own 510s, but not your 810s. So that gets a con for me as well. And that's all I got for the cons. The question is, do I recommend this or not? I don't do hard yeses or nos, but this one definitely leans heavy towards the yes. I am a fan of tanks like this. You guys have seen all my reviews. You've seen me vape up to 300 watts. I like these giant tanks like this. I don't know why, I just do. It fits my vaping style. I like them a lot, and I like this tank a lot. I do think it's comparable with the TFV8. It's, you know, it's weaker than the TFV12 is, but it's a step above the big baby beast. It's right in that nice middle area, kind of like the iJoy EXO as well. It's just a very nice tank for that range. If you're not into smoke tanks, but you want a 100 something watt tank, this is definitely one of the better ones on the market. So it's going to lean pretty heavy towards the yes, and that's how much I like it. So that's all I got for you guys today. I want to thank you for watching. Give me a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any comments. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I haven't been keeping up with them that much because of my technical issues, but I will get caught back up on it. I promise that. I'm just still sorting all that out. I also still have a contest going, so head over to Reddit. Check out my review on the Leasmo Wyvern mod and go ahead and enter that contest for a chance to win one. Again, I want to thank Vapeston for sending me this for a purpose of this review. And like I said, they are on Element Vape, who sends me some stuff, and they're only 25 bucks over there, which is pretty damn cheap. So if you did want to buy it, I'll throw a link down to that below as well. As far as other videos go, I got nothing going on tomorrow, but stay tuned Friday when I talk about battery life and regulated mod and kind of bust some of the myths going on behind it. This is Anthony Vapes, is always keeping it honest. Hopefully you guys can say you're doing the same, and I'll catch you on my next review.